Okay, we're done with that one. What's the next one? I'm going to go to New and select. So Deco Sphere. Okay. And we're going to do 4096. Yada, yada, yada. Click OK. Discard. And here's our sphere. Now this is going to be something you guys can do on your own, but I'm just going to find something really quick to see. We want the decorative spheres to be decorative, so let's go ahead. I'm just going to add just crazy stuff to it. There we go. And of course, you know, the scale needs to be at whatever scale you think would work, but that would be good. So we've got. Okay, the next step is to make sure you save your scene, and I've already done so, but go ahead and save it. And then it takes a while to save because it's my flash drive. So usually you just don't want to click around in here until it's done saving. And then if it's done, then you can go to export textures. And you need to tell it, each time you need to tell it where you want it to go. So I'm going to go ahead and select my files. It needs to be source images again. Okay, and then we want to make sure that we go to the top here to Arnold Udom Legacy AI Standard Surface. And in here I want that to be no padding. Pass through. Output templates, we need it to be the Arnold Udom Legacy, the same as the settings. And then we can see what exports are going to be. We only have one Udom tile, so we can see the exports of the base, height, metalness, normal, and roughness. Go back to settings and click export. And this may take a while depending on how fast your computer is and how fast it takes to write to your flash drive, which is really slow. Usually if you have an SSD card or a hard drive, it exports faster. Okay, that's all done. And I'm not going to go through every single, you got 3 more or 2 more of these that you have to texture. So we're going to move on to the floor. So I'm going to go to File, New. We're going to select the floor. And same exact attributes that we had before. There's our floor. I do have some floor textures here. I just got to remember which ones they were. Let me go through these real quick. Varnished wood. Okay, let's see here. Thought I had some wood panel floors. Looked like it would be pretty. Oh, here's a wood floor. There we go. So I can use that. So I'm going to drag and drop that on there like that. There we go. That looks pretty good. There's my textured floor. And it doesn't look too bad. Now I don't know if I need to change the scale on here. Okay, so let me see here. Scale tiling is a little different. Let's go to tiling. If I do 3, it may make it look too small. I think maybe 1.5. This scale's a little bit off than my table. That still might be a little off. I guess I'm just gonna keep it at 1. Okay, there we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's 10. 1. There we go. Go back to 1. There we go. I think it looks kind of weird having the height map in there, so I'm gonna actually take that out. So, turn off height. There we go. That looks much better. I don't need that wood grain pushing through so hard. That looks way better. Okay, and let's look at some of the attributes in here. I'm not totally sold on the color. I don't know if I can change that. But under the attributes, tiling scale, wood pattern scale, random color mask. What does that do? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, cool. That's kind of cool. That's really subtle, and let's do like darker. That would look good with our scene, I think. The table. It does make it look a little busier though, doesn't it? So let me go back and see. You know, you can save out different texture maps. Let's see here. That's way too busy looking. Pattern color mask. I wonder what that does. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Holy cow. So it does have a pattern in there. Of course it does. It's parquet. Keep it subtle. Roughness. Random roughness. Oh, I see what that's doing. Okay. Let's see here. Wood height impact, normal intensity. Let's bring that up a little bit. I don't mind having a little bit of a normal map on there, because it does make a little bit interesting, more interesting look at. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Smudges? Huh, interesting. Turn that all the way up. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that too much. Okay, we'll keep that turned down. Alright, wood fine. Color. Okay, I guess we can mess with that a little bit. Wow, there's a lot of scratches too, even. Amount? Let's bring that down a little bit. Yeah, I don't need too many scratches on here. Scale looks good. Keep the floor nice and pristine. Here we go. I'm happy with that. Good enough. So, go ahead and save it. File, save as, and call this floor. And then we're going to save it out. Export it once it saves. Export textures. And again, we need to tell it where to go. Source images, select. And we need to go up here and tell it where we want it to go. Legacy. And no padding. Output. We want to be Udemy Legacy. How many? We just have one Udemy tile, so that's all done, and click export. Okay, it looks like it's done, so click off, and you go to the next one. All right. So now we're going to go to File, New. We're going to do the walls now. I'm just going to do one wall, and you can do the other. And this is extra credit. So we're good to go with that. Wall, which wall are we going to do? Probably the right wall, maybe? Okay, let's try that. And 4096. And click OK. Discard. Alright. So we got this wall here. Okay. That works for me. All right, so we do have a wall texture, and I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll have to see. Let's see here. Where is it at? I think I saw it here. There it is. This one right here. Fancy wood panel old. And then we got the fancy wood panel dark. We'll do the old. See what that looks like. So I'm going to drag it and drop it on here. Cool. That's not too bad. That's kind of cool, actually. We just need to scale it down. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. So let's click on this guy right here and see if we can find the tiling first. Let's do 2. Okay. Interesting. Not exactly what I thought it would be like. Offset maybe. Not that way. Up and down. That's might what we have to do here. Tiling of 2 might be too much. Let's try 1 and then move this up and down. And let's move this over a little bit, maybe. Oh, I see how this is supposed to go. This needs to be like a 3. Because it repeats. So it's this and then this. So if we go 2, it's this and then this. Oh, okay. So 2 point, like 1.7 maybe 1.7. I just trying to get that, and then move this, offset it a little bit like that. That almost works. I really like that going through the windows. That's kind of odd. This is the problem with having a panel that's been already created. I don't have any choice on scaling it to fit the way I want it. So I think I'll just deal with it the way it is, maybe, you know, and maybe just expand it out, tiling, to be actually bigger, and then move that up like that. And that might be the best bet. Scale this down just a little bit. There we go. And move that up just a little bit like that. Just trying to tweak this out. It takes time to tweak it the way you want it. I think that looks the best. I'll probably move it across like that. So we cut it off here and then cut it off right here. So that looks pretty good. So if I rotate that around, you know, that's not exactly right. Because I'd want these things to kind of fit the size of the window, right? So it's not terrible, but it's not great either. We could do, instead of that, I'm going to save this out so I don't, you know, so I can have it just in case. I'm going to call that wall. Okay, wall. Test maybe like that, so I can keep it. Guess I want to come back to it, but I think we can probably just find a regular texture to put on the wall. Let's see if I can find something that would be good after it saves it, like a paint or something. Do we have any paint? So I'm going to type in paint. Oh wow. Okay, so we got concrete. I suppose we could do a concrete. That's what that looks like. Oh, that's not bad. Change the color of that. Concrete would be good. Cork, nah. Fabric, paint. Paint, let's see. Paint spray. Nope. Stone, maybe. So spray paint. Ooh. Paint rolled. Paint roll. Oh, that looks pretty good. That looks good. Okay, let me do that. And let's get in here, and we're gonna have to scale this just about right. I don't like the color, but of course. So that's easy to fix. So I'm gonna do kind of a tan color. Okay. Give it some warmth. Tan color with warmth. There we go. And there's our paint strokes. Okay, so click, cancel that out. Go to the repeat. I'm gonna do, what if we do 3? Is that 2? Oh, that looks good. So you can see the paint strokes. So it looks, you know, like it's been painted. Let's try 2.5. 2.5, because that's a pretty large wall. Let's try 2. There we go. There you go. That looks good. And you can fiddle with this until you get it just the way you want it. You can do the paint strokes to be darker or whatever you want to do. Paint color variation. You can mess with this. We're running out of time, so I want to make sure that we get the other part, which is the windows. Okay. Or the window frame. And we're going to do the same, we're going to add the same paint to it. Okay. So this time we're going to do spray paint with those. I'm going to click on those and add them right to it. And instead of yellow, we're going to do a dark color. Not black, but dark gray. There's no such thing as anything as dark as black, so don't do that. And that will fit really well with our table and chairs. Okay, there we go. So that looks just about the way I want it. And you will do the exact same other wall. Just remember what you did here. Okay. I can also create, even if I put it in a folder, let's see here. I can create a smart material with it. That would work. So let me do that. So I just have a folder. And let's put these in there, the folder. And I can make a smart material out of this so I don't have to do it again. Right click over and go to create smart material. Okay, and I should have renamed it. Jeff Paint and Wall. There we go. Jeff Paint Wall. And let's save it again as a smart material. There we go. So there's my Jeff Paint Wall. So I don't need to do this one so much because this one is kind of, that was pretty easy, the spray paint, and then I made it like dark gray. But if I wanted to, I could go in here and add a folder, put that, drag that in the folder, rename the folder Jeff Trim, and then paint, right? I could do that, hit enter, and that'll create, and then when I go to create smart material, it'll bring it in here, Jeff Trim, Jeff Paint. So I've got those in there. And how's that help me? Well, it does it this way. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, and I'm going to save the wall. Did I do that already? Wall text. Yeah, test. This time we're going to do wall FIN as in finished. There we go. And save it. And then go to File. Whoops. Got to save. We got to wait. And we need to export those textures, yes, before we do anything else. Export textures, Same old, same old. Tell it where we want to place it. And then we want to tell it what kind of material we want it to be. And we want to do no padding. Output, same thing, legacy, and settings back in here and click on export. So we'll export all those textures for the wall. So it's all done exporting. Now all we have to do is go into File and New, and we are going to select our other wall. So we did a right wall, we're going to do our left wall and click on Open, 4096, and click OK, discard, and here's our other wall. And here's the beauty of adding the folders and then placing the textures into the folders. All I have to do now is going to the wall and the layer here, and in Smart Materials. Now if you don't have that open, Smart Materials, I can go in here and go and find my Jeff paint by just dragging and dropping it on top of it, and there's our paint that we had for the other wall. Let's go to the other trim, and there's my Jeff trim, and I'm going to add that trim to that trim. So the walls are going to match up perfectly great in Maya. So I'm going to go ahead and go to File, Save As, and this is going to be Wall Finish, and this is going to be, let me put left on here. It'll keep them separate. Left underscore. There we go. Save it. That might take some time. Okay, looks like I can rotate. Go ahead and go to File, Export Textures for this wall. Where do we want to place them? We want to put them into the same spot we've been. Source images, select the folder. We're going to change this back up to Arnold Udom Legacy Standard. If I'm going too fast, just pause or slow it down. I'm going to go to no padding. Output settings to be Arnold Udom Legacy. And this is how many textures we're going to save out. Go to settings and click export. And this may take a while, so I'm going to pause the video. Okay, it looks like it's all finished, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. And I think I already saved your work if you haven't done it already. And you're finished. So all your stuff should be now textured. So we are going to move on to the next part of videos, which is to add all the textures back into Maya, and then we'll light and render the scene. Okay, I'll see you in those videos.